we have seen this before. If you have watched Superhead, you know this is the same ending Superhead had. Superhead was doing all these interviews, and then it was the end. And Brittany is on the same path. When you do so many interviews, you crash right into a wall because there's no more suspense about you. And Brittany, this is the beginning of the end. You know how they always say never tell a man what you've been through because he'll use it against you? Brittany needs to take this advice. But I personally think it's a little bit too late. She messed up when she told people her body count, and she messed up when she did this interview. Because now it's no more suspense. And what people thought they knew about you, you have confirmed for them. People was looking for any reason to degrade you. And the more you go on these podcasts and let men play in your face, you're confirming what they already thought. And then you slam right into a wall. You get a few dollars out of it, you get a little publicity, and then you slam into a wall because they want to know nothing else about you. You've exposed it all. One thing I've noticed that people like about people is mystery and not knowing everything. People do not respect, even like, look at gossip blogs, right? The excitement of a gossip blog is not knowing if it's true or not. Like, oh, is this really true? But when it comes out as true, you're like, yeah, it's true. You're like, oh, you're shocked for like 5 minutes. And you're like, It was fun when it was the mystery of it. And Brittany should have stayed quiet. It was fun when people didn't know. But I felt like Brittany was so desperate for the public and male approval. They were already throwing the eggs at her, but she just rubbed it in, right? And she's trying to revive herself, right? And she keeps going on these podcasts and talking to men who do not care. Like that Deion Sanders interview when he was like, had a whole football team. It was just like basically having her tell the athletes what to watch out for in women, meaning AKA I'm the red flag. I know how red flags stink. And she went along with that interview. That right there should have been your last interview. If I'm about to do an interview and a man say, yeah, women like you should put the young boy on game like what women like you think and how would y'all move? That would have been like, what do you mean women like me? But you went along with it and then you got mad afterwards. And like, afterwards it's too late. Uphill battle. She's trying to fight her way out of, I tracked PJ Washington. I slept with 3 men in one day. I had men do this to me. I had men play in my face. So she's trying to, in return, get validation from the same men who did it to her. And when I mean the same men, I mean athletes, entertainers, right? Those men don't value her because she slept with a bunch of athletes and entertainers and she's single. And Rick Fox is just so like, what he said, like, hey, can I be your 36 body? That was very disrespectful. That was very disrespectful. I don't know, Brittany may have not took it as disrespectful, but it's very disrespectful. You went on a date with Shaq, you messed around with Shaq, and Shaq threw you back to the wolves, and now Rick Fox is like picking you back up. It's just like they're throwing you around like a piece of meat, and you're trying to come back from it. And one thing men love is no response, the mystery. And I feel like when there's no mystery, is no respect. That's just how especially men operate. When there's no mystery, is no respect. The last interview she did when she was acting crazy with Charleston White, the Deion Sanders interview, it was about her, sex, and men. It was never about her as a person, like what she liked to do. What was her hobbies? How was her mental health? It was never about that. It was just her, sex, and men. It's like her whole world is now centered around the same exact thing that does not value or appreciate her. And we've seen this happen with Superhead, where Superhead was on these interviews, writing these books, chasing after, I guess, some sort of like vindication or clarity on what happened. And people were just like, oh, girl, we would have cared more if you didn't tell us anything. And that's how people are. When you keep stuff a secret, people just want to know more. Superhead literally thought she was getting married, had a baby by the man, and the man sent her a cease and desist to tell her to stop talking to her online, and basically kept denying the baby. And he don't even see the baby. It's the beginning of the end. This is why when I always tell women, if you're going to sleep around with athletes, keep it to yourself. But women want clout so darn bad. They want everybody to know who's sleeping with who's piping me down. That's how. Now, I get sometimes it comes out with like with Brittany with Shaq. Brittany didn't tell anybody. That just came out. So I get those situations. But that's why regular girls who post them in DMs. that never works out in your favor. It never works out in your favor. Because one, that sends more women to him. And two, you lose out. And three, other athletes look at you and say, you have a big mouth. You're not worth me spending the bag. You fumble your bag being a clout chaser. And Brittany is just telling the same story, and it's going to get tiring. That's what Superhead did. She told the same story, and after a while, it got tiring, and people didn't care about it, and they were on to the next video vixen, which at the time was Brittany Renner. And after Brittany Renner, there's going to be another one. 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 It's never going to end. But I said it here first. This is the beginning of the end. I gave it about 2 years. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about it.